you got all dressed up for the club.
Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. It's your girl Natural and Curvy. If you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Happy Women's History Month. So I've debated back and forth whether I wanted to do this video because I'm known to, get into some tussles with people about my opinions and my boundaries. I have 5 with a bonus that we are going to be discussing in full detail. So let's get started. And these are in no specific order. They're literally just my boundaries and what I will be standing on for the remainder of my life. So as some of you know, I have been going back to therapy. I found an amazing therapist, and she has helped me get through some tough battles over the past few weeks that I've been internalizing a lot. And the biggest word that she tells me all the time is acceptance. You have to accept who people are. That is a hard thing for me. Very hard thing for me. I've been having the most difficult time with that. And it's just like, it's a lot to accept people for who they are because you're so used to who they have been in your life, but seeing who they really are as people will mind blow you 110% and will make you think that you're crazy, but you're not crazy, I promise. Boundary number 1, if you do not show up for me, I am no longer showing up for you. I am that girl that shows up to everything, no matter where it is, how far, how long, and I will not be doing that anymore. I just want people to show up for me. So if you cannot show up for me in the capacity that I need you to show up for me, then I'm no longer showing up for you. And I hope that you guys apply that to your life as well, because that's one of the biggest things that people have a really hard time accepting, right? There goes that word again. So accepting that this person is not gonna go out there and wait for you, or accepting this is how this person really is when you don't show up for them. Number 2, if I say no to something, I literally mean no. Don't try to change my mind. Don't convince me, none of that, because my mind is not going to change. The answer is no. If I say no, I am firm in my position. I am not changing my mind. And I practiced this a little bit last year, but I really and truly get to practice this from now on. So if I say no, I'm not doing this, or no, I don't want to try this, and no, I'm not going for this, that is my boundary and I'm sticking to it. Number 3, if you have an issue with me, you can't call me to tell me what the issue is that you have with me so we can discuss it. You don't have an issue with me. You have an issue with yourself. So the boundary that I've set in this specific situation is, because you have an issue with yourself and not with me, I'm good. I'm not losing any sleep over it or anything, because I don't know that we have an issue. So when you come to me like, oh, I have an issue with you, but you have my number. Did you call me to tell me that you have an issue with me? Did we discuss how we can move on? Are we going to move forward with these next steps? If any of those answers is no, then you have an issue with yourself. This one is the one that I have not yet conquered in doing, but this is a big boundary I set for myself this year. If I walk into a room and the energy shifts or someone starts acting funny in the room, I am leaving that same room. I have been in countless of rooms where I have felt very uncomfortable, but I've stayed and smiled and then just boo-hooed about it later. That doesn't help me. That only helps the person that I was in the room with. One thing people will never see me be is uncomfortable. So I will smile at key the whole freaking time, but you will never, ever know that I am uncomfortable. So this is one of the things I said I'm still working on, because I have not been in a situation or put myself in a situation where I felt uncomfortable this year. And everything that I've done this year, I have felt comfortable enough to do, happy enough to do, and I just kept going and kept being strong about it. Number 5, if I give you an answer to the question that you asked me and you don't like the answer that I give you, that has nothing to do with me. If you ask me a direct question, I give you a direct answer, what happens after that has nothing to do with me. Your reaction has nothing to do with me, because I told you what you needed to know. You shouldn't ask the question if you weren't ready for my answer. And I think so many people are stuck in their own heads when I say this. What I mean is, if you were to ask me, what color is the sky? And I tell you the sky is blue. Then you're like, oh, why you gotta say it like that? Huh? I said it's blue. You heard an aggression, or you heard a firm tone in my voice and decided to react passive aggressively. Whose fault is that? Or if you ask me a question and my tone sounds a little bit off, instead of assuming, how about you ask me if I'm okay? One thing that people do not ask people nowadays, if they are okay. Ask me if I'm good, because you don't know what type of day I'm having. You don't know what type of mental breakdown I am having in my brain, but I am smiling and I am showing up for you in every single way possible. I have a very firm tone when I have a firm tone. So when I do not stand for something, I do not stand for anything in that moment. Therefore, my tone may upset you. Then tell me that. We are all adults. Until people can start communicating like adults, we will never get anywhere far. These boundaries that I have set in place for myself is for me to have peace mentally, emotionally, and physically. And this is a bonus, you know? If you do not respect my boundary, we no longer have to speak. It's simple. I have set boundaries in place for a specific reason. There's no way that I'm going to continue to allow people to disrespect my boundaries, to object to my boundaries. They're not your boundaries, babes. They're mine. And when people fail to keep understanding, you do not have to be in my life. My boundaries are mine. If you feel a type of way about any of the boundaries that I have listed today, then that is okay. You want to know why? Because they're my boundaries. How you feel about something that has to do with me to protect my peace, you obviously don't respect me. And that is okay. I want you to know that that is fine. Because one way or the other, God hears conversations that I don't hear. So therefore, these boundaries are protecting my peace and protecting me. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the vlog. I want to ask you guys, what are some boundaries that you have in your life that you are either standing on or starting to stand on? Comment down below and I will meet you there. And we will see you guys on Sunday. Later, guys.